We know that contracts can be very boring, but they are also very important. This video and an email will highlight some key points.
Be a good neighbor.
When you get your project start date, go ahead and give your neighbors a heads up that there might be some noise and even some equipment parked on the street for a few days. And go ahead and talk to them about property boundaries. It's much easier to talk about your property lines before we start digging.
If your HOA or township requires any approvals or permits, you will need to take care of them.
Or we can assist you with this for an additional fee. R&S Fence Company will contact Pennsylvania 811 to mark out public utility lines like phone, electricity, TV and internet, and gas.
Although it's rare, if your fence layout interferes with these lines, we may need to change the fence design.
If you choose to keep the same fence layout despite our recommendations, you could be liable for any damage caused.
Pennsylvania 811 doesn't know where any private utility lines are on your property. You will need to mark anything that could be damaged during the project.
This includes sprinkler lines, irrigation, TV or internet wiring, French drains, walkway lighting, and anything else that could be affected. Also, be sure to mark out any privately installed electric, gas, or water lines leading to storage buildings, garages, swimming pools, and so on and so forth.
You're also responsible for marking your property boundaries. If you aren't sure where your property boundaries are, hire a professional surveyor to mark the corners before we arrive.
We can recommend a professional surveyor who will work with you at a reasonable rate.
You have been provided an estimated lead time for when your installation will be. It is our priority to provide accurate lead times, but installation can be affected for a variety of reasons like weather, an increase in demand, shortages from our suppliers, rock. If there are delays for our installation crew, installation may be pushed back, but will still remain in order.
R&S Fence will contact you 1 to 2 days prior of your fence being installed. We would like for our installers to meet with you at your property the morning of the installation to confirm the fence line, gate placements, and any other expectations.
Here are a few things to keep in mind during the project. It's a lot easier for the crew to do their job when there aren't any pets or children or nosy neighbors to watch out for. So please try to keep them away from the work area. Please keep in mind that there may be some wear and tear on your lawn during the project, but our crews will be careful to limit this wear, and your lawn should recover just fine in a few weeks after the project is completed. Oh, and our crews will also need access to outdoor water and electric utilities. So if you could make those accessible, that would be great.
Hauling dirt away, it's not included. The crew is happy to dump it somewhere in your yard, but keep in mind, it isn't topsoil. Expect rocks, concrete, sod within the dirt too.
Fence post can fill an entire wheelbarrow, so plan on a good amount of dirt.
There could be some gaps under the fence. Some gaps might be large enough to require changes to your yard to keep pets in. This can usually be fixed by adding a little topsoil or garden edging in that area. Our project estimates are usually quite accurate, but it is still an estimate. Costs are based on actual fence installed, so depending on the situation, there may be some variation between the estimate and the final cost. Please be sure to review your contract details and ask your project coordinator any questions you may have.
The remaining balance of your invoice is due within 10 days of the installation. You can write a check or drop it off, or just simply send it in the mail. You may also pay with a credit card over the phone. There may be a 3% convenience fee added for any transaction other than the form of cash or check.